Hello everyone, welcome to Excel Tutor, and today we are going to be talking about the 8 successful ways to score 280 plus in JAMB 2020. But before we start that, I want you to kindly please click the subscribe button right now and put on the notification bell in case we release some other videos in the future, so you'll be able to watch it and get yourself helped out too. Thanks for supporting us. Well, then back to the topic for today. There are a lot of students who have complained over the last JAMB and their terrible results. But here today we're going to be sharing you the 8 keys to successfully scoring 218 plus, in fact 340 plus in your JAMB 2020. And this is for you, just for you alone. Now let's start with the point number 1. The first thing you have to do when you want to take a JAMB exam is to clear your head and set a target. If you want to get anything started, you need to first set aside everything that can cause you a distraction and set your target right. Distractions could include your mobile phone, it could include your social media, it could be movies, excessive movies, games, it could be parties and others. But this is something you have to sit down and figure out on your own. You have to check out everything that stops you from reading, everything that occupies most of your time in a day. And setting a target is the same thing as setting a particular score you really need to achieve. So if you are going for law of medicine, your target should be higher, so that by the time you are going to see your results, even if it's going to be low the target, at least it's going to be higher than the required cutoff for your department. Now the second one is to go through the syllabus. One of the major reasons why students fail is because they read out of the syllabus provided by the examination board. You don't read what is given by WAEC for JAMB, you don't read what is given by NECO for JAMB. No, you have to read what is given by JAMB for JAMB. Ensure you lay your hands on the current or the previous JAMB syllabus closer to your year of exam. For those who are writing exam in 2020, year 2020, you can lay your hands on the syllabus for year 2019. They are always similar to each other. There's only a little difference there which is not even noticeable. So get your hands on it and study it. Early study of syllabus helps to save a lot of rush when the exam is near, and it could also boost your confidence as you are sure of what is likely to come out and where it could come out from. This is going to be of a very great help if you can do it. The third one is get all the past questions available. It is not just enough to read alone. You have to go through the past questions, the previous ones, and practice. Practice makes perfection. Not only will this past question help you to hone your ability to respond to questions, it will also help you to maximize your time when the real exam is out. You understand, when you are in front of the CBT, you have to be fast enough to answer the question, 60 seconds per one question. I think we're going to talk about that later. So practicing online with some applications or with the hard copy will greatly help in maximizing your time effectively during the exam. And there's been several testimonies of where some past questions were released again in the current year's question. For some people, they will have what has been read in 2015 in their own exam. The fourth one is to get used with computers. There's a huge difference between studying well and being unable to properly operate your system. It won't be fun when you get to the exam hall and you don't even know how to enter your login details, you don't even know how to move the mouse. And few times a lot of students have mistakenly submitted their answers before they even do 20 out of the presented 180 questions. You could imagine what their result would be. 20 out of 180, that's talking about maybe 40 over 400 or maybe 60 over 400. What's that going to take you to? What university is going to accept that? No one. Who are you going to blame? And that's if you even scored the entire 20 out of the 180 questions. So familiarize yourself with the use of computer, especially its mouse, as that's what you would most likely be using in clicking your answers. The fifth one is eliminate exam fever and nervousness. Exam fever or excessive nervousness is also one of the reasons why students perform real bad despite reading so well. Scientifically proven, excessive nervousness can cause the brain to release some stress hormones, and this could lead to dizziness, headache, and sometimes temporal memory loss. You could imagine you losing part of the all the things you've read before the exam time, and when you get to the exam, or seeing the same questions you've read before but not being able to answer them. Don't be surprised. You might also see some students fainting in the exam or despite the good ventilation. So you have to be calm. If you have properly followed the first 3 steps, you are going to surely do well. The sixth one here is to be time conscious. As I said before, the total time you'll be given the exam might at most be 2 hours 48 minutes. So for 180 total questions containing all the 4 required subjects, you are allocated just 60 seconds or even less for each question. Always make sure you go for the simpler questions, which takes lesser seconds. By the time you are able to solve all the simpler ones that takes less than 30 seconds, you are going to be able to come back to those who require even more critical thinking, and you can spend all of your time on them. But if you first go through the other ones, then you are going to waste your time, and when you come to the simpler ones, there won't be any time again, and by that time your questions and answers would have been automatically submitted. So ensure you do not waste more than 60 seconds on any question unless it is a spare time, but always make sure you come back to anyone which requires thinking. The seventh one is do nothing that could implicate you. Sometimes ago, several students were caught cheating, and there are some that only try to be innocent by trying to help the next person to them, but because of this they were flagged red. Once you are flagged red by the examiners or the CCTV placed in the exam hall, your result gets withdrawn. There's nothing you can do, and the best you can do right now is to mind your business. Learn to mind your business. The last one on the list here is pray and believe in God. Now, it doesn't matter whatever belief you have concerning exams, whether you believe God can help or not, you just have to pray, because your work and your faith complements each other. As much as you read, as much as you should pray. If you read 4 hours a day, now at least try and pray at least even as much as 1 hour or 30 minutes a day, and you're going to see a miracle. Even by the time you get to the exam, you're just going to be favored with everything. Alright, that's it. Thanks for everything and thanks for watching. If you've greatly benefited from this video, I would like you to subscribe right now for more videos in the future concerning how to successfully pass your JAMB again in 2020 and your WAEC, NECO, and so much more tutorial lessons to share with you guys.